Hello, freak bitches.
Hated this movie. A lot of people reviewed it from the moment we announced it. I'm like, hey, I'm going to make a movie with my daughter, and Johnny Depp's in it, and his daughter's going to be in it too. And right away, I saw like fucking the long sharp knives come out. And so, as expected, it goes to Sundance. And you know, so I'm not saying this movie's for everybody. It's for like 10 people in the world. But the 10 people that love it will love it like religion and stuff.
Well, haven't you always done that, though? You just kind of do what you like to do.
Story of my life,
If I could turn it around, turn on you, what I like about what you do is you're very much an accepted inside guy who lives like some guy from Jersey who's trying to break into the business.
Is that like, this is useful because you never really understand how people, professionals, see you. You know how the world sees you because they'll tell you at any given moment.
Yeah.
Joe Normal or Sally Normal, people who live in the real world and shit. But your peers and people like we work in entertainment and shit.
Yeah.
How? Tell me that again.
You're very unaffected. You're a uniquely unaffected
but
guy.
also like ineffective at the same time.
No, you're very effective. You're effective at doing what you enjoy, and that's why you have such a unique and loyal fan base. Is because they know it's like in this world. There's not a whole lot of unique visions. There's a lot of ideas. They get brought to producers and executives, and a bunch of people pile in, and it becomes more of an idea where it's trying to appeal to a broader audience, and it switches up, and then someone wants to bring in a love interest. There's all sorts of influences that happen that homogenize as you drink some milk.
I know, that was
My
perfect
man
timing.
drinks his milk.
Oh my Lord, that was perfect. The perfect timing of a stand-up comic. Well done.
It does really. That's the best word for it, because even though if it's good, like you don't feel like that guy. Like Tarantino is one of the unique guys where even though his movies are these gigantic mega blockbusters, it feels like
he's doing
Tarantino.
his own thing.
Yeah, it feels like this crazy fucker just got the money and the wheels, and they're listening to him because he's Tarantino. Your movies have the same kind of feeling.
Also connects with more people.
Yeah,
there's more of a like, oh yeah, that's cool. It's cinema of cool. Because you could just look at it, even if you don't have an experiential connection to it, like, oh, I once went to a 50s cafe, as per Pulp Fiction. You're just like, that looks badass.
Yeah.
Seeing John Travolta dance with Uma Thurman, that's badass. All the way up to the most recent. Yeah, everything about it is just like cinema of cool. And fed by a lifetime of movie loving and a movie diet.
Yeah.
So if you love movies, here's a guy that distills everything that's the essence of cool of cinema, and I don't want to keep hitting the cool bell because people are like, come on, that's a hipster term, but it does distill it down to those moments, not so much like massive arcs, but, ooh, this feels awesome. Oh, that's dope. Oh, that's metal.
Well, yeah, you have that same kind of thing. Your movies
For
are very
few people.
Well, it's your comedies.
I think I'm the only one
Your
left.
comedies in particular, like that was one of the more interesting and unique things about Red State, because you didn't tell me a word about it. You said I don't want you to know nothing. Just come in and sit there.
Which sounded filthier than I meant it.
And me and Marin sit there and watched it, and we're at the end of it, we're like, holy shit, like holy shit, like what the fuck was that? Like that movie was crazy, and it wasn't a comedy at all.
It's nice to be able to every once in a while like throw him a curve and be like, oh, he's nice. We thought we saw everything. Like I always felt most people saw me as like, oh, he did Clerks and then he's done about 96 variations.
People
on Clerks.
need to see Red State. If you haven't seen Red State, that is I don't want to say too much because I want people to go into it the way I went into it. Just go see that fucking movie. But that's another movie where even though it wasn't like the same voice, it was still a unique voice. Right. You know, it's like, I don't know what it's like to make a movie, but it's got to be a lot of people have a lot of say.
Depends what your budget is. The bigger the budget, the more, you have to listen to a bunch more people. And you can't be unreasonable about it. If you get tremendous amounts of success, like J.J. Abrams, and you're a nice guy at the same time, you can get away with being like, I'm going to do whatever I want. And people are like, what you want tends to work, so here, go nuts. But generally speaking, the more money you accept, the more input you also have to accept. Lower the budget, and if it's coming out of your pocket, you don't got to say shit to anybody, or nobody could tell you anything. But, if you're putting together something small, it's still a smaller circle of people to kind of answer to. You always have to be willing to hear what they're saying. If somebody's willing to give you ungodly amounts of money to make pretend, mind you, this is not like I'm going to give you funds and you're going to give me eggs, and then I'm going to sell those eggs, and I'm going to make more money selling those eggs. They're like, we're going to give you money, and you're going to take this goofy fucking idea you have and try to make it real and turn it into a movie that may work or may not work. It's all a crapshoot. It's like buying a lottery ticket to a large degree. No guarantees that there'll ever be an audience for it. So I learned that midway in my career and realized, well, just work for you. It sounds masturbatory, but it's like, if you're the audience that you're trying to hit, then you'll always be satisfied. You know, it's like if you want other people to like it, it's subjective, and you may not find that people dig what you're doing. And, you know, if you're looking for monetary success, good luck. Nobody can guess that. Like, even when Marvel releases a new movie, and we know Marvel is exceptional at what they do. Put them in Pixar. Marvel, Pixar, I don't care, the best of the best. Even when they release a movie, they clench a little bit because they're like, anything could happen. Yeah. Like, anything could happen at all. So, generally speaking, they're a little more insulated from like, oh, shit, we lost money.
Well, especially those Marvel movies are so expensive now. Because
they
CGI.
make loot, dude. It's like the same thing with the animated movies. The animated movies are ungodly expensive to make, but they print money. And they print money not just the first time they come out at the box office. They print money through all the licenses. They print money where, you know, sometimes you go like, they're doing a sequel to that. Why? Why don't they do something new? Because they've already built the world. It's already there in a computer. And they're like, all we need is a new script and we're good. We've done our infrastructure. Like, when you think about it, if you were building something, you build all this massive infrastructure and spent 3 years putting it together and did it once. And then you're like, okay, everybody, goodbye forever. It's kind of a waste of everything you put together. That's why they immediately go for a sequel. No, A, they know they're going to make money, but B, they're going to make more money because they don't have to invest as much time and money as they did the first time. So that's what makes a studio go like, oh, that's easier. That's low-hanging fruit. And everyone's happy. You know, it's not like they're making art films that only a few people like. Generally, they tend to make flicks that a bunch of people want to go see. And that riles up people that want to see newer films or something like that, because, like, why is it always the same movie over and over again? But, you know, I submit to you, if you're going to see a superhero movie, expect a little fucking sameness. It's a story of like an exceptional being with powers that others don't, and hopefully that person will use it for good. You know, you can only cut that cheese so many fucking times where and say it's something new.
Other than The Watchmen, I think The Watchmen took it to a new place.
Yeah, and I love The Watchmen, but at the end of the day, it's just like it's people in mass doing the right thing. And yeah, they fucked in space, but other than that, it's people in mass trying to do the right thing.
They were murdered too. They murdered each other. Like it was
they caught up in Batman v Superman. I heard there were some murders in that movie.
Yeah.
In the movie, I was like, did they say somebody fucking died in prison? And over Batman? You know, they went in strange directions.